So this is my video reflection. I'm going to be talking about my skill set in terms of hard skills and soft skills, with reference to the interviews that I conducted with two different business owners. So I thought it was important to talk to two different business owners to get two different perspectives on setting up a business. So the first one is of the CEO of Prolifica, Stefano Anselmetti. So he's going to bring the kind of big corporate side. And then I thought it would be interesting to get the perspective of someone setting up a business at a grassroots level. So we've got Ollie McDade from Snell Promotions talking about that side. So in terms of hard skills, I feel that A&R is a real strong point for me. So Stefano mentioned how important A&R skills were in terms of understanding music, talking about structure, melody, harmony, and all those things I've studied at an academic level. I've also played in bands my whole life and have written songs since the age of 14. So in terms of musical perspective of A&R, I feel I have a really great grip of it. Where I could improve in A&R is more the image side and the band's story, that sort of thing. I feel that I have a bit more to learn. So in terms of networking, I feel I have a good basic foundation of a network. However, it's only within one particular genre, that being guitar music in London. So I feel that it would be really great to expand a little bit more into other genres and into other scenes. Stefano referenced how important networking skills were when he was talking about testing songs, getting in touch with radio pluggers and record labels and stuff like that. So I feel that if I was going to run a business where I was managing different kinds of genres, it would be really great to have a bigger scale of a network. So I think that's something I could work on. So in terms of marketing skills, I feel like I can come up with really creative ideas for campaigns, and I have a pretty good basic understanding of marketing. However, I don't quite have the career experience to back that up. I also feel that I could have a bit more understanding in platforms like Facebook. Ollie referenced how important Facebook was for his events. He was talking about how the Facebook page for his event can essentially become like a hub for people that want to get in touch. And other platforms that I have more experience in, like Instagram, don't do that. So if I was going to set up a promotion company, then it'd be really great to have a bit more of an understanding of how Facebook works and how I can use it. So in terms of skills within HR and issues surrounding discrimination, inclusivity, all those kind of social issues, I feel like I have a lot to learn. I have no experience working within a professional environment, like an office or something. So I'd be really intrigued to see how that works within that kind of environment. I also really like the idea of doing some kind of course surrounding those topics, just to gain an insight into how to handle them within a professional environment. So one thing that Stefano mentioned when I asked him about these issues and how he deals with them in his company, he mentioned that Prolifica think about the music first and then everything else second. And whilst I think that that's an important thing to do, I think music should always come first. I think that can be a bit of a dangerous perspective to take. He also mentioned that his company has no policy surrounding those topics, and I think every company needs a policy surrounding those, especially in this day and age. I think the people working for the company and the artists signed to the company need to feel like they are protected by a policy. So having discussed my hard skills, I'm now going to analyse and evaluate my soft skills. So in terms of listening, I think I'm a good listener and I'm genuinely interested in other people's skills, perspectives and experiences. What sometimes lets me down is my ability to retain information, particularly long term. So I need to work on getting the most out of every conversation so that I can use this information to my advantage further down the line. So in terms of teamwork and team building, I really enjoy working within a team, and I think the experience gets the most out of me professionally and socially. I think what I need to work on is sometimes I struggle to find a balance between what I think's best and what other people think is best. So I definitely need to work on the skill of compromising. Something I really got from Ollie's interview is how important teamwork is to the success of his nights. But also what I think is important is who is in your team. I really got the impression that it has to be people that you trust and that you respect to do the job. So in terms of responsibility, I have no real issue taking responsibility for my actions, and I often see it as a good thing. If I can take responsibility, then I can assess what I've done wrong and I can work out what to do better next time. So in terms of reliability, I feel I'm very reliable and dependable. I think this is extremely important, particularly in the music industry where social and professional reputation means a lot. However, my organisational skills can sometimes hinder this. So I really need to work on the skill of prioritising. So when it comes to projects that I'm passionate about, motivation is never an issue. I'm generally a very positive person, and this, coupled with a strong passion for the subject, mean I can continue working on projects when they become more challenging than when I started them. However, having said this, I need to work on my motivation for projects that I'm not as passionate about. One thing that Ollie said that I thought was really interesting was his motivation for doing what he does, that being artists being paid fairly. I think this motivation is really important to have at the heart of your business so that you can have a strong, achievable goal that actually means something to you. So in terms of flexibility, I work really hard to ensure that anything that needs to be done within a group scenario or an independent one can be accomplished. Problem solving is one of my greatest strengths, as I am very pragmatic. I don't get overwhelmed or panicked very easily. This is down to my general positive nature and persistence to look on the bright side of everything. So sometimes this can backfire as I tend to refute negative things, and I often try too hard to turn them into a positive instead of just accepting them for what they are. So as previously mentioned, being pragmatic and patient are some of my greatest strengths, and I'm willing to enforce this mindset for however long it takes to get a certain job done. So in terms of leadership, I really enjoy taking a leadership role within a team, as I have a lot of passion and confidence when it comes to my own ideas, particularly with regards to A&R. Much like my thoughts on teamwork and team building, I could definitely work on the skill of compromising to strike a fair balance of input within a team. Something that Stefano mentioned, which I thought was really interesting, is that he never enjoyed working for other people. So whilst I think that the skill of working for other people can be incredibly important, I think this kind of uncompromising and confident mindset within your own ideas is really important to have when setting up a business. So in terms of empathy towards others, I'm generally a very empathetic person, and I like to acknowledge the impact that people's social lives might have on their professional ones. I could, however, work on my skills with empathizing with people that might not have the same level of experience when it comes to a particular topic or skill. So I think this topic really ties into the hard skill of handling social issues like inclusivity and diversity. I think empathy is vital when trying to make artists and employees feel safe. Stefano's view of putting the music first and everything else second seems a little bit counterintuitive to me, as I think an empathetic view should always take precedence in this situation.